What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA SAG.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, on today's video I will show you some interesting details about the actions that were performed by some of our community members. I will explain again my point of view, and I will prove my words about the U3 Halt implementation and how this U3 Halt affected the MMTLP community. And I will show you what real actions do we need in order to push our case forward. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And guys, you've seen many of my trade calls, all delivering strong returns in just hours. Now it's your turn to trade smarter. Join my Safe Haven Patreon tier, built for traders who want consistency, structure and real results. You will get a detailed plan to protect your portfolio, monthly one-on-one Zoom sessions with me and private Discord access with all trade alerts, lessons and exclusive updates. And here is the best part. If you don't earn more than your subscription price within 30 days, you will receive a full refund, no question asked, as long as your trading account balance is at least $2,500 and you've taken all the recommended trades during the period. No excuses, no fine print. You profit or you don't pay. Here are just a few of my trade results from the first half of October. But don't wait, this offer is available for a limited time only. Once the spots are filled, enrollment will close. Join today and let's start building your edge in the market. So, and let's begin with a couple of tweets that were published by Junk Savvy or reposted by Junk Savvy. Just a couple of days ago I showed you this tweet from Status Pay about the quite mystery actions that happened to the MMTLP shares, because on some broker account you can see that the shares disappeared. And Junk Savvy also reposted this tweet and she wrote, "Property custody settlement. As I have said, the FRE is coming from the brokers, not the transfer agent. Decide accordingly what works for you. Worthless, we will be happy to clean them out of your account. Chilled, restricted, invisible. Why? Transfer window, $500 fee. You will harm other investors. Certificates are dangerous. Shares are not DRS eligible." And the list goes on and on. Welcome to the MMTLP fiasco. We are not going away. And guys, I have to admit that I also want to see the answer to this question, but at the same time, this narrative that Junk Savvy makes in each and every of her tweet that she will not go away is some kind of mantra, because except this type of tweets, in my opinion, she didn't do a lot to help MMTLP community. And in a minute I will explain you my thoughts. But first of all, let me show you this. This is the call to action from Busy Brands, and I have to show you both sides of the community, and I will explain you what I'm thinking about this story. So he wrote, urgent, the House Financial Service Committee is officially calling SEC Chairman Paul Atkins in for an oversight hearing on February 11th. We are calling it a new day of accountability. Let's make sure that includes MMTLP. And guys, at the end of this post, he wrote how to take action. Call the committee directly. And he added the phone numbers of this committee. Use the Find Your Rep tool to go house.gov and enter your zip code. If they are on the Financial Service Committee, your voice carries triple the weight. Keep it professional, firm and focused. And guys, he wanted to know whether Paul Atkins will be asked these tricky questions about MMTLP. But to be honest, we cannot change the agenda of this meeting. And this type of call to action, when, well, let's say even 100 people call to this committee, will not give us anything to push our case forward. Instead of this, we will be unprofessional, and it will be some kind of spam of this committee. Definitely it is not the best choice, and I don't want to tell you not to do it. It is up to you. But think of it like this, that if you are in this committee and from the committee standpoint, if the first person called to this committee and asks about the agenda, and if they receive this answer, why would any other community member call to this committee as well and ask for the same exact questions? It is 100% unprofessional, and it leads to the conclusion that we cannot connect one to another. So it is up to you, and you are willing to do whatever you want. Next one, let me show you this. Unwonder still responded to Michael AME. And Michael AME, he refers to the fact that just recently, let me show you, we found quite interesting details in the Epstein files. And he refers to this tweet that was written by Polish assassin, because in the Epstein files there is a filing that proves that in 2014 Epstein holded about 51,000 shares of TRCH. And guys, to be honest, it is not a big deal, because he could do whatever he wanted, and here is the filings from the June of 2014, which means it was almost 8 years before the U3 Halt and 7 years before the spin-off. Definitely, in my opinion, it is not directly related to any type of conspiracy theory, but at the same time, a lot of people are thinking that this might be the game changer for MMTLP or TRCH case. I don't think so. Let me show you the most important part of today's video, and let me explain you my thoughts about the actions that might lead us to the resolution, and my point of view that you shouldn't be a one-sided person. And here is the comment to my previous video, and here is my answer. Let me quote you both of these in details. So, Herman Hartner wrote this. This channel has become a clickbait channel and switch right into a slick sales pitch for stock trading abilities from my perspective. Then after that, it's another sales pitch to join a lawyer and another lawyer and add your name. Smells a lot like class action deal. The U3 Halt hurt all MMTLP real shareholders. Guys, this is a very important part. First of all, what does it mean, real shareholders? And I will explain you that it didn't hurt all MMTLP shareholders. Money management seems to me like he has been told to fight hard against our efforts and to target all our media contacts and discredit them with every video of his. Now he seems to be dividing the community into original Torchlight Energy, Metamaterials, MMTLP and NextBridge Hydrocarbons shareholders. And guys, definitely it is not the case. I just want to show you the difference between the people who invested in Torchlight and their intentions in Metamaterials and their intentions in MMTLP and their intentions, and who became NextBridge Hydrocarbons shareholders. He's using divide and conquer tactics, in my opinion now. Always steering everybody away from the real criminals and pointing fingers at the company and former CEOs or board officers, it seems. He, in my opinion, protects the so-called authorities and regulators and all crooked market participants at every turn. And guys, here is my answer. Tell me, when exactly did you buy your shares? And tell me, how did the U3 Halt affect those who were TRCH shareholders and were waiting for dividend distributions from the Orogrande Basin? How did the U3 Halt affect those who came in and bought MMTLP shares directly, simply because he planned forged documents regarding oil and gas reserves, all while he was being paid by McCabe for so-called consulting services? Those people were also waiting for dividends. Why didn't Greg McCabe pay the lease payments, causing the loss of rights to the company's only asset? Why has he offered no explanation to the shareholders? Why did John Burda say he fully supports Birch Lady's opinion when she was openly trying to lure more people into buying these shares? The U3 Halt only affected those who were counting on a short squeeze, a squeeze that was heavily promoted by people likely hired by McCabe and Burda just so they could dump their shares on you. In my video on December the 7th, I explicitly said that if you didn't want your money locked in a private company, you should close your position because a short squeeze was unlikely to happen. You simply refuse to accept these facts because they contradict the narrative you've been fed by people trying to dodge accountability. That's why you claim I was hired to destroy the MMTLP community. But from day one, I've said I wanted to help. I never hid the fact that I don't own a single share and never have. I always provided information that was accurate at the time. I originally thought that this was a SEC and FINRA conspiracy, but after connecting the latest facts, I've concluded that the community was misled. And guys, if you bought TRCH shares, original TRCH shares back in 2020 or any time before the merger of TRCH and MMAT, your intention was to invest in the company that has a huge amount of oil and gas assets, with the potential estimation of more than 3.2 billion barrels of oil and gas and about $1.9 billion, I believe, somewhere at this point. But this information came from the board of directors, and if you wanted to receive the dividends right after the spin-off, you should rely on these dividends, and it doesn't matter at what point in time the company became untradeable, the U3 Halt was implemented, because 2 days before December the 12th, and by the way, John Burda himself told publicly that you should buy or sell your shares before December the 8th. And guys, here is some details. Wait a second. We know that there is about 65,000 shareholders of MMAT and basically Next Bridge Hydrocarbons for now. You don't know how many of these shareholders bought original TRCH shares knowing about oil and gas assets. We don't know how many of them bought, first of all, MMAT shares, knowing about oil and gas assets and knowing about the potential, the upcoming merger that happened in 2021. We don't know the number of shareholders who bought MMTLP shares when these shares became tradable. And by the way, the fact that these shares were tradable was also, well, originally I thought it was a mystery how it could happen, but then I found out that it was and John Burda clearly stated about this in his in one of his interviews, that it was a mistake that was made by the board of directors. Just one word that was implemented into the documents that allowed anyone on this planet make these shares tradable. And guys, by the way, he and the board of directors could prevent the further trades of these shares if they wanted, but they didn't do anything. So let me continue. All these peoples didn't, I mean, who bought TRCH, MMTLP and MMAT with the fact that there were oil and gas assets. All these people didn't want to sell in December of 2022. They wanted to receive dividends. And yes, they wanted to receive dividends, and that is why U3 Halt didn't affect these people at all. And we definitely have some people who bought MMTLP shares to benefit from short squeeze. And guys, only these people were affected by the U3 Halt implementation. And you cannot argue with this because it is a real status and real facts that you cannot argue. You cannot prove me that I'm wrong, because the only people who were harmed by the authorities, and I don't, let me explain you one more time. I don't want to tell you that FINRA and SEC are innocent. We had a lot of misleading information from their side as well when they told about the last day of trading, and this should be investigated. But this fact affected only a part of MMTLP community. And why in the world you are trying to use this fact from the small number of people who bought MMTLP shares to benefit from the short squeeze? Why do you try to speak loud from the entire MMTLP community? All other people were harmed by the misleading information that was created by the board of directors, and I explained this multiple times. On top of that, guys, for now, George Palikros is so loud in his Twitter account, but at the same time, he makes a lot of tweets that was made with the help of artificial intelligence. And on the one hand, it is very good to see that he's trying to do something to to find the truth. But on the other hand, he doesn't want to answer tricky questions related to his actions that he made back in 2021 when he was in charge of MMTLP, in charge of metamaterials, and he just trying to speak loud from the tiny part of the community who was affected by the U3 Halt. This tiny part. I don't know how many people bought MMTLP shares to benefit from short squeeze, and you don't know this either. That is why, guys, you cannot argue that we don't know these numbers, but it is not 65,000 shareholders. Well, you can give me your numbers about how many people were harmed by the U3 Halt, and definitely these people were awaiting for the dividends. So I think the only path how we can solve it is through litigation processes, because it is the only actions that might lead us to just any type of resolution. And we have several of these lawsuits, and plenty of them have, as you can see, have an update that was filed just recently. I don't want to cover these updates right now, but definitely you can do it by yourself if you want to be unbiased, completely unbiased. And you shouldn't rely only on one fact that SEC and FINRA harmed the entire MMTLP community by this U3 Halt. It is not the real case. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it